Well, here's my first week update of going to the gym and exercising and trying to eat better and that kind of stuff. Here's my first update. It's getting a little easier. Y'all saw my start off times on my mile and how fast I went and all that stuff. Well, I've been walking the track and picking with Drew and Ashley and Layla. And let me tell you, Layla adds a new factor into it, because she turns it into an obstacle course. That little girl is better than any NASCAR driver I have ever seen. She can cover all 3 lanes of that track and you ain't getting around her without tripping over her. But I've really enjoyed it, and it's been a great time spending more time with them and doing this together. I've noticed a couple of my buddies, Tony and Paul, have piped up and want to join our weight loss group. Well, guys, I think that's great. I would love for y'all to let's all get together and go walk the track or do something to help support each other. So y'all get in touch with me or send me a schedule of when you can go to the track, and me and James will try to, if I can get James to do it, come meet y'all up there and we'll go walking. Anyway, let me tell you what I've learned this first week. I've taken the advice of a lot of our subscribers. My new good friend Heather lost 100 pounds, so she's worth listening to. My friend Jonathan, y'all saw him come over and add to the challenge with the Home Depot cards. But he's also lost over 100 pounds in the last few years, so he had some good advice for me. And my sister Deb, which I don't think has ever been very heavy, but she gave me some health advice. So pooling all that together, first thing I learned was don't do too much at one time. Don't run into the gym and start maxing out and hurt yourself and get all sore, because when it hurts, you're not going to keep doing it. So I've decided I'm just going, for the month of December, my goal is to get the time down on my mile. Set a higher pace each time and that kind of stuff. So today, y'all know on my first one, my arms are sore and shaking. I can't hold the camera. On my first one, it was 29 minutes and 10 seconds. And I walked at 2, and then I bumped it up to 2.2. Today, I started out at 2.5, and the last 1/10 of a mile, I bumped it up to 3. Now three's booking for a fat boy, but I did it in, shit, I can't remember, let me look it up. Okay, there it is. So, I did a little better time, shaved some time off of it, and I didn't die, so that's a plus. Also, I noticed I got my heart rate up to about 142 there for a little while, and around the 135 or 138, I think, the little heart thing started flashing. So I don't know if it means it's about to explode or if that's a good range. If anybody knows what range you're supposed to be in to be actually working off, let me know. But I can tell you, in that last 1/10 of a mile, bumping it up to 3, I tripled the sweat output and almost got out of breath. So that might be the range I need to work at more, is maybe starting out a little faster. Anyway, my goal is to get it down to the entry level where Drew works. They have to take a PT test, and their entry level is a 10-minute mile. So I'm trying to get down close to that. Of course, it's going to take a while. So, lesson number 1, don't do too much at one time. Which also includes, don't jump into some hardcore crash diet. You're not going to stick with it. Try to get away from soda and, as racist as this may sound, white stuff. White bread, potatoes, french fries, all that kind of stuff. White rice and all that stuff. Because that's all starch, and it turns to sugar very fast in your system. So carbohydrates, starch, and sugar. Trying to get away from a lot of that. So I've started eating a lot more granola and oatmeal and fruits, vegetables, tuna, fish and chicken instead of red meat. Trying to get away from all that processed meat, ham sandwich, bologna sandwich, all that kind of stuff, and eating a lot more eggs and that kind of thing. So I'm trying to eat a little healthier, more fruits and vegetables mainly. So we got that going. Lesson number 2. What was lesson number 2? Lesson number 2, when you exercise, it has to be on purpose. All those people that are counting steps during the day while they're at work and all that kind of shit, that don't matter. There's a difference between life and exercise. When you exercise, you are intentionally working your body, and you have the mindset that it's to exercise. So I think the mindset's real important and part of it too, not just the exercise. Can't help the light, folks. But your goal in exercising is to make life easier. And I've noticed that getting out of bed's a little easier, getting out of the recliner's easier, walking's gotten easier, and that kind of thing. So exercise on purpose. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you walk, ride your bicycle, whatever. But do it on purpose. Set a goal that you can reach. Don't start out off the couch and say, well, I'm going to run a 5-mile, track or some shit, because you ain't going to make it. Just start out small. Don't overload yourself. And when I set out for a mile. Well, what I'm trying to do is increase my pace to lessen my time. I'm not adding distance. Now, once I get my mile down to a reasonable, maybe, let's say, 15 minutes. If I get it down to 15 minutes by increasing my pace, then maybe I'll add distance to try to finish off that last little bit and get that 10-minute mile, something like that. But don't set outrageous goals. You're not going to be Mr. Olympia. You're not going to be all ripped and cut the first week you start working out. Number 4. Old men have no modesty in a gym. Just like a woman that's having a baby. You know how your wife is all shy and shit, and modest, until about that last hour before the baby's born? She don't give a shit who's in the room when they pull that blanket off to check the baby's head and all that. They don't give a crap. Well, old men are that way. I have seen more dangling balls and flat-ass, wrinkly butts in the last week than I ever cared to see. Water seems to be the main key that we're missing in our diet for weight loss, to clean our system out, to have healthy skin, all that kind of stuff. So my goal is to get up to maybe a gallon a day. So I think what I'm going to do is get me 2-gallon jugs and mark them 1 and 2 and keep them in the refrigerator and try to get in a routine of drinking that much. If anybody knows, let me know. Is a gallon enough? A gallon too much? A gallon not enough? Let me know. Now, for the big kicker. I just weighed on the way outside of the gym. Now, it wasn't first thing in the morning. It was the same time that I weighed last week. And here's what I weighed last week. And today I weigh 341. So I've lost a pretty good little chunk here this first week. I'm sure it's all water and it's a great incentive and all that kind of stuff, but it's the beginning. So y'all stick around. Let's see how this thing's gonna go. I wonder how James is doing.